Hey, Sugar Cubes. It's Powder Sugar, baby. And we are broadcasting from midnight. I am having office hours today in the driveway. Today is April the 16th of 2015. First of all, let me welcome any new subscribers to my channel. You are an official Sugar Cube now, so hey, Sugar Cube. Whatever brought you to my channel, I hope that you find something that will help you along the way in life. Give you a laugh or just make you think. So with that being said, thank you. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend a few minutes on my channel, and I do appreciate it because you could be doing something completely different, and I do appreciate the time for you watching the videos. I'm going to talk to you about 3 things today. The first one, and I know y'all was like, where in the hell have you been? So let me tell you. I have been ill, emotionally, mentally, just ill. I had a severe bout with depression that had me just, I couldn't even hardly get out the bed. And even though I was taking classes, if I pass any of my classes this semester, it will be truly, truly, truly God's mercy. Because when I tell you, I didn't even have the capacity to just think correctly half the time. It was bad. You know it's bad when you know I'm a plus size girl. I wasn't even concerned about eating. I didn't eat. It just took my whole just to get up and go to the bathroom. And it was a real effort sometimes to get in the shower. So, I know y'all was like, but I'm telling you, when I saw the commercial that says that depression hurts, and I really didn't get it, because I had bouts with depression, but that was like when someone passed away, and I really just did not deal with, or something tragic happened, or something that was life altering happened. It was that. And I also suffer from seasonal seasonal depression when the seasons change. But, baby, let me tell y'all, Sugar Cubes, when I tell y'all Powder Sugar was down for the count, listen, I didn't think I was going to make it back, for real. I got so bad that I was like, oh my God. And when I finally it started to swing for the depression was lifting. I just really never really talked about it to anybody. They knew I was depressed, but they didn't know how bad. And finally, I said I was going to do a video on depression, but I had to talk to my mom first because I don't know if she be lurking on my channel. And I didn't want her to hear it on YouTube or Facebook. But I understood. I understood why people commit suicide when they depressed. And I understood, or I understand, why people commit suicide when they're depressed. And I understand why people get up and walk away from their life, people they know, never to be seen or heard from again. I understood that mindset, and it scared me. But I knew that I had to snap out of it, and it wasn't easy. It was not. I had to trust in the Lord to bring me out, because it was, and I had people praying for me. But I really had to get myself to a place where I could just have the will to just fight back. Because when you depress, people take advantage of you because you just don't have the strength and energy to fight back. They say things like snap out of it, and you gotta get up. And it's like, if I could snap out of it, I would. If I could get up, I would. But it's just something that have a hold to you. And for the suicide, for those of you contemplating suicide because you are depressed, trust me, I do understand that mindset. But it is a permanent fix to a temporary problem. And it does not just, when you take your life, it just does not affect you. It affects the people that you leave behind, because they don't know what, if they said something that set you over the edge, what they could have done to have prevented it. So if you're at that state and you're in depression, or if you're just contemplating suicide, period, find you somebody to talk to. Call a hotline. And let me tell you something. I am a advocate for therapy, and this is why. Because you can go to those people, you can say exactly how you feel, how you want to say it, and walk out of there and know that no, they can't repeat it. They don't know nobody you know. So you ain't got to worry about running into them in your inner circle. But if you have that desire to harm yourself, I admonish you, please, 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 please. I do understand that mindset, and I admonish you to please get yourself some counseling. So, for the last several months, I have been severely, severely, severely depressed. Am I better now? Yes, I am. Am I completely out of it? No, I am not. Do I have a game plan to keep moving forward? Yes, I do. And I will share that with you all on another video. So, that's where I've been. Just trying to stay in the land of the living and fighting to keep my mind sane and my body moving. So, yeah, that got deep, and anybody want to talk to me about it, I will put my email address in the inbox, in the description box, in the panty section, as Much Love says, and in the description box, and you can email me, and I will do all I can to help you through, because I promise you, unless someone has been there, they really, they'll tell you, oh, snap out of it. The devil is a lie. You got to get up. And, I told my mom, I said, I posted on Facebook, I said, this depression is wearing me out, and it's winning. It was winning the battle, but I win the war. And someone wrote, the devil is a lie, and I thought, it made me angry at first, but then I had to stop, because when people don't know what to say, they just say what they know to say. And so my response to that was no, because the devil don't always lie. He present the truth and facts, and how we perceive them and how we deal with it is what makes it be true or not true. So I'm gonna leave that alone. That's my opinion. So there with that. My next thing is snitching. Now, I don't know, if you ain't heard about it, you must have been living under a rock, or you don't watch TV, or whatever. Suge Knight's trial, I got my hand all up. Suge Knight's trial is going on for the murder. I think it's vehicular homicide. I'm not sure what they charged him with, but not too long ago, he ran over two men with his truck. Intentionally ran them over with his truck. And he killed one, and one ended up in the hospital. So the one that ended up in the hospital was on the witness stand, and they were asked, they do cross-examination, and he had to nerve to say that he was not going to snitch on Suge Knight. People, you are not going to kill my friends. Let me just clear this up quickly. You are not going to break the law in front of me, and they ask me what happened, and I'll not answer. For this very reason. Because if something happens to somebody in my family, or something happens to someone I know, I want someone to tell the truth about what happened. You're not going to run me over with a truck, put me in the hospital, break bones, and then all kind of stuff. And then when it comes time for you to pay, they done got you in jail. You gonna talk about you? I'ma say I ain't snitching. That him right there. He ran us down and shouldn't. Let me get my thoughts together because I really want to go on a rant. Suge Knight has been a bully ever since he has been in the news. Since we heard about him. He, Ice Baby, Vanilla Ice. He hung him over a balcony. He didn't. He had his boys do it. You know, when you in an entourage, you big and bad. But when you was when he was by himself and that man knocked him clean out in the middle of the sidewalk and left him laying, you ain't hear him getting no retribution on him. But when you in a gang of men, then you got them doing your dirty work. That shows that you is a coward. But I'm back on the snitching thing. That's what's wrong with our community. We don't want, and trust me, I know we don't get a fair shake in the judicial system. And we don't get a fair shake in most things in the United States. But how are you supposed to demand better when you won't even cooperate? I expect if somebody come to my house, I black, white, cripple, crazy. If somebody comes to my property, somebody do something to my kids, I expect the law to handle it. Now, if something goes awry and the law don't, because I'm going to do everything in my power to cooperate and make everybody else cooperate. Because that non-snitching business, that's why people are missing. My goddaughter's baby's father has been missing since January. It took them until March to even post him on the news as a missing person, and he's still missing, and we believe that he has gone on to another place. But somebody knows something, and because y'all got this I ain't snitching, his family don't have closure, she don't have closure, her kids won't have closure about him. They'll always be wondering until they find him, or God, if he come back, till he come back, you know. But it's stuff like that. Children are missing. People are being killed. Adults are being snatched off the street, and people see it and be like, that don't got nothing to do. But if it's you will want somebody to come forward. So that snitching mentality, to tell stuff to just be telling, that's a whole nother story. But when it comes to solving crimes and getting issues resolved, tell the truth. Don't be making up no stuff, then you find out it's a lie, you was lying all along. But tell it so these people can get resolution or and closure, so they can move on with their lives. But he got up there talking about he wasn't gonna snitch. I was like, they should have hit you in the head. Cause baby, you hit me with a truck, I'm gonna give listen, this is the serial number off of the muffler. I saw it when you ran me over. All that craziness, that's just crazy. I ain't gonna snitch on, man, please. Hey, you ought not be that afraid of nobody anyway. Anywho, I'm done with that. People, That's no snitching business has got to stop, because people are dying and missing, and children are being abducted and abused, and people are getting away with stuff, all because I don't want to snitch. I'm telling you right now, you do a crime around me, baby, they gonna think Whitney was resurrected, because I'm a saint till the cows come on. Anywho. Ooh, that's the thing that burns my soul. And then when my kids was little and they saw stuff, I took them right to where it was going on, and I stood there right there with them. And just tell them what you saw. Tell them who it was. And if they bother you for your telling, we'll deal with them when they. And let me tell you something. We ain't had no problem. Because they knew. You don't do nothing, because them down there, they gonna tell. You exactly right. So, anywho, that one was that. Oh, this video is 20 minutes already. I missed y'all. So, my last topic is Micheal Jai White. And I will also link the story for Suge Knight and Micheal White at the bottom in the description box. But I'm going to start out with the scripture. James 1:19 says, "Be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger." And the reason I put that in there was because when I first read the story, I was like, oh, that's so sweet. But then after that thing rested in my soul, I was hotter than a firecracker. So Mr. White pens an open letter of apology to all of his exes. Basically, I'll let y'all read the letter. But my thing is this. If you was going to apologize, you should have just said, "I'm sorry for doing you wrong." That letter was a twofold slap. One, because you thought we was all crazy because they were wanting you to be affectionate, and the things that you do when you are in love with someone, you thought they were chemically imbalanced and crazy. And now that you found love, backhand, now you see what all the other women before you had was trying to get you to do. Man, get out of here with that. You almost 50 years old. And if you didn't have the capacity to treat the women the way that they needed to be treated, then you should have stayed single. And that's what I want. Listen, people. If you do not have the capacity to love someone the way they need to be loved, then leave them alone. It is so many good men and good women out here that have been scarred by bad relationships. And in his letter, he was like, I had the dime pieces, the women with degrees, and this, that, and the other. And you can check my numbers, basically bragging about the women he was with. And it's like, if I was an ex, when I see you, I'd pop you. because that was just disrespectful. And if I was your wife, I would be mad at you, because even though I'm your wife, I'm still a woman. And if you were going to apologize to your exes, then all you should have been saying was, I'm sorry for the way I treated you, because it was something wrong with me, and let it go at that. But no, now that you done found love, it's all grand, and you want to hold your hands, but when you was in other relationships, you didn't want to hold hands. And now that you with your wife, you want to talk all day, and you miss them when she leave. But when you was in a relationship with these other women, you didn't want to talk to them on the phone. You didn't want to hold their hand. You didn't miss them. You just saw them 20 minutes ago. And it's like, dude, that is not an apology. That's just salt in the wound. That's all that was. And at first I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And then after I thought about it, I was like, okay, now I understand why I say be slow to speak, because you didn't let that process real good. And when y'all read the letter, and don't get me wrong, I'm glad he's in love. I'm glad he found a woman that makes him do all the things that he didn't want to do with the women in his past. But to me, that's like, that was like a slap. Just a slap in their face. Like, you wasn't good enough for me to do this with. But now I found this one, and she's good enough for me to put forth the effort. I just thought that was a backhanded slap, but a twofold slap backhand. But that's just my opinion. But I will let you all put the letter in I'm not gonna put the letter in there. I will let you. I will post the link. I might put the letter in the description box. But anyway, sugar cubes, you have been sprinkled with some sweetness from powdered sugar. I do miss y'all, and I did miss y'all. And I'm telling you, I wanted to make videos so many times saying, somebody please help me. Because I'm telling you, that depression had me going. And it just, that, like I said, I've suffered from some form of depression all my life, but baby, that go round, whoo, that was like the Thriller in Manila. Sheesh, it was a battle, but God is good, and I have gotten tremendously better. I still have my issues, but I do have a game plan in place to kind of keep myself on track, and hopefully even improve. So I love you guys. You have been sprinkled with some sweetness from powdered sugar, baby. Mwah. I love y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.